When you look at a child's face, the statistics are hard to believe. 4 children die every day as a result of child abuse. 3 out of 4 of these victims are under the age of 4. For every 1,000 children in the United States, at least 12 will be victims of child abuse. For children under 3, the numbers are even higher. 16 of every 1,000 infants and toddlers will be abused. They come from every economic, racial, and social background, but the results are frighteningly similar. Statistics show the victims are more likely to end up in prison, abuse alcohol and drugs, and at least 1/3 will become abusers of their own children.
But there is hope. Thanks to people who care, like you, we can get help for these young victims. Their needs are many and their resources are virtually non-existent. But Childhelp is dedicated to doing everything in its power to save these children. And you can help.
After all, it was 2 young women, actresses in Hollywood, who started in 1959 a lifelong commitment to helping those most in need. And now look what just 2 women have managed to accomplish once they built their army of dedicated staff and volunteers. Sarah O'Meara and Yvonne Feddersen first met in Hollywood. They were the young women who played the girlfriends of Ricky and David Nelson on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet.
Even then, the 2 young actresses were determined to do more. Selected by the U.S. government to entertain American troops overseas on one USO tour in Japan following a typhoon, the women found 11 small children orphaned on the street. Yvonne and Sarah went door to door in Tokyo and found one woman with an already overflowing orphanage. Vowing to send her money from the States if she would help the children, Yvonne and Sarah ended up finding homes for over 100 orphan children. And coming home to Hollywood, started doing so much more.
In the 1960s, Yvonne and Sarah became leaders in helping children internationally and began a loyal following in Congress, including Christopher Dodd and so many others. When Nancy Reagan became First Lady of California, she asked the women to help with abused children here in the United States. Now Childhelp is both international and national. In fact, it's one of the largest and oldest national nonprofit organizations in the United States, dedicated to the treatment, prevention, and research of child abuse and neglect. There are Childhelp children's centers from coast to coast, beginning with our first facility in Palm Springs. Each facility featuring these words above the entrance: "All who enter here will find love." Here at Virginia's Alice C. Tyler Childhelp Village near Culpeper, the most desperate children ages 2 to 12 are taught to trust, learn, grow, and play, something so many of these children have never been able to safely do before. But even with all that Childhelp already does, there is a continuing need for help. Children on waiting lists to get into all of our facilities, because every dollar counts when it comes to hiring professional counselors and providing the resources these children need. Here in Vienna, Virginia, another example of Childhelp innovation. One place abused children can go for help. Most abused children in this country have to go from the police to doctors, then investigators, and separately treatment facilities. Here in Vienna, we bring these people to the children in a warm, nurturing environment where they can begin to trust strangers who want to help. Thanks to the continuing hard work and spirited determination of Sarah and Yvonne, as well as numerous celebrity ambassadors, including Cheryl Ladd, Kathy Lee Gifford, the Eagles' Glenn Fry, John Stamos, and so many others. National television exposure, even a Lifetime television movie, For the Love of a Child, profiling the remarkable journey of Yvonne and Sarah. Also thanks to a strong core of congressional support, dedicated members of Congress who have been working with Childhelp to push forward our national legislative agenda for many years, including some of the most senior members of Congress and their spouses. We are able to continue growing in our mission and passing major legislation. In fact, Karen Frist is donating proceeds from her new book to Childhelp. But it is also thanks to so many others. All of our Childhelp staff nationwide, an army of dedicated volunteers across the country, generous individual and corporate donors, and even these children helping to raise money. Childhelp now treats thousands of children across the United States and in other countries.
But each of our facilities have long waiting lists of desperate children needing our help. We also have ambitious goals to better educate the public and school teachers about what to do to help. And our national hotline is always flooded with calls.
This is the smile we want all children to have. This is the smile all children should have. But it's the smile missing from the face of the abused. But it is the smile we slowly begin to see when we teach Childhelp children to live, love, and celebrate each day.